Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Al-Haganawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Al-Haganawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Al-Haganawa, Yahweh, Achad, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasar, Kudash. I want to give honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. I want to say peace and blessings, as well as health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right. Barakwa Tawab, to Akim, Akwath, who are tapping in to this live stream. All right. On this live stream here. All right. I don't know what part of the world you are in. Some of you are on the West Coast. Some of you are on the East Coast. Some of you are in the Midwest, down south. Some of you brothers and sisters are overseas in the UK, all right, overseas in Africa, Central South America. Nonetheless, shalom to you. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, all right? And I don't know if I've said it already, but I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who well. Like I said, salutations to the hopefully elect, all right? And peace and blessings, all right, that'll be Shalom wa Barakim, all right, to the house of David the elect, okay? So, without further ado, I would like to get into this live stream. Something that was on my spirit, and me and the other brother, Kazakia Allah, was discussing it, because he's an electrifying brother. He's an electrifying brother. When me and that brother get together, it gets electrical, you know? The spirit gets, you know, there's that synergy, you know, it takes place. And then, you know, we start getting ideas and stuff in the spirit. And we were just thinking about different things. It's good for our spirits. And I just wanted to put it on a live stream for brothers and sisters, just in case you can add it to what you are already doing, all right? And if you're not doing anything, it'll behoove you to start moving at a certain momentum, all right? That's of a higher vibration, all right? Now, what does it mean when someone says, all right, high vibration, low vibration, high vibrational frequency, low vibrational frequency, all right? Well, your spirit or energy, let's start with the scripture. In Wisdom of Solomon, 12th chapter, the first verse, it says that your incorruptible spirit is in all living things, roughly paraphrasing. But his incorruptible spirit is in all living things. So whose spirit? Yahweh. Yahweh. Yahweh's incorruptible spirit is in all things. All right, Yahweh means he is, he to be. All right, I'm not present. All right, so he exists. All right, as an omnipresent spirit. But scientifically, this spirit will be classified as energy. All right, and the energy vibrates at different frequencies based on what it manifests itself in. For example, his incorruptible spirit is in all things, right? So these geese over here, these are geese. They all have the spirit and energy, or energy of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. We're breathing in, we're breathing in the energy of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay, so, but no matter what it is, it all has its energy in it. But depending on what it is, it vibrates the energy. It emits the energy at a certain frequency. So everything emits the energy at a certain frequency. Whether it's, like I said, geese, grass, stones, they're all emitting energy. Really, it's the spirit, all right, of the Heavenly Father, but they're emitting, all right, at a certain frequency, which makes it detectable to us. Now, let's get a little deeper. You have invisible things, all right, invisible entities, spirits that are amongst us right now, all right, but they emit at a frequency that's so high per se that we can't detect it with our eyes because our eyes don't function at a high enough frequency. But for example, if you're sleeping, you're in a trance, or you have that rapid eye movement, and I believe that's why you can perceive certain spirits when you're under attack. Nonetheless, all right, you can't see it when you are conscious. Okay, but nonetheless, it's here. Okay, all right, moving forward, you have sounds that exist at such a high frequency, or is emitting at a high frequency, that we as humans can't detect it. But because, say, dogs, canines, they have better receptors in their ears, all right, that they can pick up on frequencies that we cannot. Okay, so same thing with you as a person. All right, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your habits, you can change the frequency that you're vibrating in. All right, anything that makes you full and stuffed or just depletes you of energy. Let me switch the camera out. I don't want people to think I'm filming them. All right, just get a little solar energy, man. All right, but anything that makes you full or drained, or you just feel negative or depressed or stressed, all right, that's a sign of existing at a low vibration, man. And Yahweh Bahashim outside doesn't want his people existing on that low frequency. When Yahweh Bahashim outside deals with his prophets, he always gets them on a high vibrational diet. He told Daniel to eat the pulse of the field. He told Ezra to eat the flowers of the field temporarily. All right. Generally, something that'll get their antennas all the way up so they could be receptive to those visions that Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai was preparing to give them. All right. Even on our day-to-day, processed food, it calcifies your pineal gland, and it gives you a disconnect. It disconnects you from Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai. That fucking processed sugar, it calcifies your pineal gland, and it clogs up your antennas, so to speak. Then you feel like shit. So a lot of us are under the impression that you could be in the truth, all right, and as long as you're keeping the laws of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai, you should be good. But there's more to it than that. To really get into your craft, to really get into the essence of your life, to really get into the spirit of this source called Yahweh, this energy. In order to really get in tune, you have to attune yourself with the vibration it is existing in. All right, so Yahweh is a spirit. All right, so you have to do things to really feed your spirit and not so much your flesh. Now there is a balance. So we eat meat. All right, you may eat fish. You eat that grass-fed lamb. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you stay anchored, because we're angels in bodies. We're not designed to really be in an angelic state 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. So you need things and ways to anchor you. So fish is one of those things that anchors you, or meat is one of those things that anchors you. It's like a balloon that you see at the grocery store in the flower and rose section. They always have like helium balloons, right? But they have something at the bottom of the balloon so the balloon doesn't go too far off. Like if you go outside, it doesn't go off in the sky. It keeps that balloon anchored. Or like a ship has an anchor. Or it keeps it from floating away. So we need things to anchor us, because if you're at that angelic vibrational state too long, for one, there's demons that'll match your energy and they can attack you. It's mess with your mind, mess with your reality. But also, you could start missing sleep and start tweaking or whatever. But the point is, in general, you should pursue a high vibrational lifestyle. And that's why I have in my emojis, I don't know if it uploaded to the live stream, but in my emojis, I have emojis of Jake swimming, Jake cycling. I got a picture of emoji of like an art board we can paint and stuff. All right, Jake jogging, Jake praying. All right, all those things raises your vibration. All right, anything that makes you feel vibrant and positive, that's what raises your vibration, man. All right, certain music raises your vibrational frequency, like classical music, or maybe black metal, or just certain music. You know what I mean? Certain nostalgic music that really had musicians, all right, behind the production. Really real composers. All right, singing, all right, harmonizing, all those things, man. So you do your 9 to 5, but before or after your 9 to 5, depending on your schedule and what works for you. Because I know Jake has a family, you know, hobbies and habits just happens overnight. It works in the form of momentum. So, for example, if you decide to go jogging every day, or you decide to go walking in the park every day, over a period of time, you will start to feel more vibrant. Over a period of time, you will start to have more energy. Over a period of time, you will probably feel less stressed, less depressed. All right, these things that I do videos on, when I'm learning about health, Rome isn't built overnight. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Jerusalem isn't built overnight. So you're building your Jerusalem within you. You building an internal happy place within yourself. How? Because, yeah, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. You can build an internal world that's very peaceful and very vibrant. All right, and this is coming from a brother that know how it is to be uptight, that know how it is to get off work and you just go to your man cave and you in balance and you irate. But you know, you notice that when you eat better, you eat clean, you know, you sweat out, you sweat the stress out, you sweat the anger out, whatever it may be. Over a period of time, you become a better version of you. Like I said, a lot of brothers and maybe sisters, you know, I don't really know sisters personally like that, but I know the mindset of a lot of brothers. I've been around a lot of men. All right, some brothers that get in the habit of, you know, you get your 9 to 5, you got your grind, but then it's back to the bottle. And there's nothing wrong with liquor. There's nothing wrong with a good grade of liquor, but you know, you gotta kick bottles out the way to get to your bedroom, to get to your bed. You know, there's a such thing as too much, but ultimately you have this overall poor pattern about yourself where you really go to Esau to de-stress from Esau. You know, like I said, any habit that it comes with instant gratification, and this your brain, the chemicals in your brain, the hormones in your brain are overly stimulated, and you get this natural high. But afterwards, it's this deep rock bottom fall. You feel like crap. This low dopamine, low, you know. It's not worth it, man. That's the nature of Esau, man. That's the nature of the West. It's instant gratification. Instant gratification, then you crash. All right. I see some brothers got some points they got on the comment board. All right. The water for that scripture, via Spirit 144, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. For thy incorruptible spirit is in all things. Sirach 3:14. I know that. I'm sorry, Ecclesiastes 3:14. I know that whatsoever Yahweh doeth, it should be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And Yahweh doeth it, that men should fear before him. Sirach 38:2. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. Verse 4. Yahweh hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. All right, you have medicines of the earth that increase your well-being, your feeling of well-being. You know, St. John's wort helps with depression. All right. Skull cap helps with depression, helps with stress. You see what I'm saying? Skull caps help with depression. You know, skull cap helps with depression, with stress. So just imagine if you start taking St. John's wort teas, skull cap teas or tinctures, and then you go out and walk every day, man. All right? Then you go out and walk every day. And what I've learned about walking, it activates your system. It activates your body. So you want to do stuff that activates your body. Because what I've learned is that you have something called a nervous system, all right? And your nervous system gets activated by acting. What happens is, because we live in a pampered, comforted, false reality of a fucking grid, that nothing in your body gets activated. For example, if it's hot outside, you don't even get a chance to sweat because you go into a cool car. You know, most of us turn our AC on, so you're not even activating your body to start producing sweat to cool off. All right. You go into a cool house, which I'm not telling brothers to turn the heat on in the summertime, but you see what I'm saying? We don't give our body a chance to work and be activated. All right, so what happens is we're sort of dead physically. Anytime, a lot of us are not physically active. You play a game and you watch whatever on on TV, but if you don't have any active hobbies, then really you're kind of dead. And when you're dead, you attract parasites, whether it's physical or spiritual. You see, when you activate your body, that in itself is healing it. Breaking a sweat, that's healing you. Even if you work a 9 to 5 and you might be tired when you get off, you still feel somewhat like accomplished, you know? Let me get these scriptures his brothers frying up the comment board with. Sirach 38:4. Yahweh have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. And that's our treasure chest. That's our Pandora, The herbs that come from the earth, the roots, the plants, the fruit, the nuts, the seeds, right? Galatians 5:22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. In other words, high vibration mindset. Those positive things. We can't let the Christian world steal our thing, man, No, we're not here to be, uptight, mean, close the door behind people. When you make sure they can't grab the door on purpose. Like, no, man. We follow peace with all men, because we have a peace. What we should be working on is building an inner world of peace, A lot of demons, a lot of mental demons inside our minds. Of course, you deal with it with the scriptures, but the physical thing you can do is activate yourself. Be active, because a lot of times those thoughts plague your mind when you're by yourself, when you're just kind of doing you, kind of stagnant. When you got to give yourself a purpose, man. Men have purpose, all right? The ultimate purpose is just truth. But you have to have purposes within a purpose. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. You have to balance your plant base with maybe fish or some type of meat, right? But you have to, a lot of brothers are imbalanced when it comes to the meat. They eat meat, but they don't eat no fucking plants. That's why that stuff just sits in you, man. Like, because we don't know the power of leafy greens. It helps push everything else through your digestive tract, man. Jake don't eat fucking leafy greens. Jake doesn't culturally eat it. So now you got stuff that's sitting up there riding, all right, in your digestive tract. You're not pushing it out because you lack leafy greens. You lack fruit, all right? All right? Wisdom of Solomon 1:12. Seek not death in the era of your life, and pour not upon yourself destruction with the works of your hands. All right? And that's a demon that makes you feel like I can end it all if I just blow my brains away. All right? But a lot of times depression will lead to suicidal thoughts. And even if you're in the truth, that doesn't mean you're immune to those temptations. All right? But it's good to just activate yourself, man. All right? The more I learn in this truth, because I'm here to learn, I'm on a journey of learning, all right? I don't know everything, but the things I learned, I put it on these live streams, all right? And one thing I learned is just you could feed yourself with nature. Like your environment is a form of food, and you can feed yourself with a healthy food. And when you're in nature every day, you're walking every day, you're feeding your spirit, and you are what you eat, and you eventually reflect your life. That's why some Jakes, you see certain Israelites, you can tell they eat clean. You can tell they're active because they may be fit, all right, they may be lean, but their skin is glowing. A lot of times that glowy skin, it tells what you got going on. Maybe not all the time, but a lot of time that glowy skin, man, that melanin is shining, that iridescence, man, like a bronze statue. Whether it's the Israelite woman, because a lot of Israelite women, they only have tip too, That's the vibration that's being pushed out. You got to remember, most of us work inside of a box, inside of a cage called a plant or a job or a cubicle. All right, but then you go home to a fucking box, man. So now you got to don't let Edomites have this superior culture where they're always in nature. They know what they're doing. Now make that your thing. I would love to go in the mountains, man. All right, and I've been in the mountains before, not like in the sense of rock climbing, but you know how they have like tourist areas inside these big mountains, and they have residential areas inside the mountains. It was a beautiful thing. I can see a different state from the perspective of the mountain. Okay, this is Sirach 30 and 25. A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet, and we should have care. And one thing I've learned as an Israelite man, I'm a man that loves to eat, especially when I was a little younger. All right, is that you have to eat with intention. So just imagine, all right, breakfast is what you break fast. Who said you had to eat as soon as you woke up? You see? Or if you did eat when you woke up, you could eat fruit to help push that waste in your digestive system out. Because when you break fast, and that's what breakfast is, you break fast, you break that 8-hour fast, you have to put the right food in you. So I would agree that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But for one, who said you had to eat as soon as you woke up? And secondly, it's important because that's going to determine how your body is going to work the rest of the day. So your intention when you break fast, whether it's 12 in the afternoon or a little earlier, you know, you should break fast with probably fruit. And I watched this, I got this from this West Indian, this Benjamite nutritionalist by the name of Aris Latham. But I find it to be pretty beneficial. You know, some watery fruit to push that waste out that your body put together the night before when it was on this maintenance tip. Because when you're sleeping, really you're fasting and your body is just on this maintenance, is in maintenance mode. All right? So when he says have care of his meat and diet, you should have care of the purpose of the food you're putting into your body. So you break fast with something that's going to help eliminate that waste, as opposed to stopping up your bowels, stopping up your digestive tract with a whole bunch of pancakes and waffles, you know? But let's say every now and then you went over to somebody's house and they cooked that. I mean, it's not a sin, but your everyday intention is to break fast with something that's going to help eliminate waste, as well as give you body electrolytes, give you energy, give you those vitamins, give you that electricity. You know, fruit that's been in the sun, you know, they give you that electricity. All right, that's how you break fast. Okay, so to have care of your meat and diet is to eat with intention. Have intention when you eat, not just intention to eat for indulgence, but intention to eat to benefit your body. Me personally, I don't like feeling stuffed for 4 or 5 hours. I don't like it taking 4 or 5 hours for me to feel back normal because I overate. You know, and I've grown to like things like mushrooms and even fried mushrooms, or Jay got a taste for fried chicken, but you could try a fried mushroom, fried cauliflower, fried broccoli. We're not really supposed to fry vegetables, but if it's you have your goodies. You know what I mean? You got the taste for that Popeyes. You can experiment. You can either get a better grade of wheat, get a better grade of flour, a better grade of wheat, all right, and get a better grade of oil and fry it yourself. Or experiment, man. Get you some fried cauliflower, fried broccoli. And if you got that itch for that fried food, especially that fast food fried food, the way you curve that, you always get an organic, healthier alternative. Because you're going to find out that our brain is addicted to that salt, that fat. It's addicted to that grease. All right? It's addicted to it. It's addicted to sugars. So we be having sugar withdrawals, fat with oil withdrawals, salt withdrawals, because the food and drug administration, they want you to be addicted to these particular products. Most of the stores, most of the products on the shelf, they're not grown in the fucking wild. They're products with an ingredients on the back. So these are products. Only 10% of what you see in the store is actually divinely meant for your body. But we as Babylonians, we as Americans, we're addicted to this stuff, man. We're addicted to this stuff, man. You know? So we have to withdraw. We have to detach from Babylon in every way. And you're going to see that Babylon keeps us on a low vibration, man. And you're going to know when you're in a high vibration because you're going to feel vibrant. All right? And you're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. All right? LOL. Out by me, There's mountains by the ocean. It's beautiful. Hey, brother. Hey, man. Hey, that's a blessing, bro. I'm like, how much more shy? Brother, stay by mountains in the ocean, man. You wake up to medicine, man. All right. Hey, King Mashal was in the mountains when he received those laws. All right. When he received revelations. When he came down from the Mount Sinai. All right. Mountains are very important in our history, man. All right. Jerusalem is surrounded by mountains. Okay. That's another thing too. Jerusalem was not supposed to be. When they showed Jerusalem, they showed the Middle East. They usually show desert. You know, you have to remember we were in the Fertile Crescent. We're in the Mediterranean. All right. The Middle East is really a paradise, man. All right. That was the intention. All right. Envy and this is Sirach 30 and 24. Envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time. Yeah, envy and wrath, that fast, impulsive lifestyle, man. All right, it shortens the life, man. All right, cause you in our homeland is an agricultural society. All right, and it's a generational wealth society where you're building for your offspring, even for your body and your health. We have to restructure the way we look at ourselves and take care of ourselves for the long run. And we're not doing this so we could be in Babylon for the next 50, 60 years. But health is an investment. You know? Health is an investment, man. All right, and we should go for quality and not quantity when it comes to health, at least. All right? Let's see. This is Sirach 30 and 23. Love thy own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. That's right. And you have things that combat sorrow. Things that combat grief. For one, the Most High gave us communion. He gave us brothers, man. Most brothers are in a city where you can link up with at least one more brother, and that builds your spirit. That combat stress and depression, at least for that moment, doing videos together. Those incense have essential oils that combat depression while you're teaching. All right. Certain music you're playing. All right, fellowshipping. All right, the book of Sirach tells you about a musician with wine and so many words is a beautiful thing. So you got the right melodies playing while you sipping on that, your yawn. All right. I got the incense lit. Y'all having those spiritual conversations. All right. That's not only is that good in general, it's good for your spirit, man. It's good for your health. I sleep better when we link up with brothers. Let's say you went out of town, you visit another camp, but I feel better when I wake up that next morning. You know, my body functions better, believe it or not. Even if you was around brothers, so you might have eaten a little more or stepped out of your diet, but even just the high vibration, so to speak, that I was in, my body functioned better, man. This is hopefully elect behavior. It says, when you look up the benefits of herbs, I notice they never approve of those medicines out of the earth. Shake my head. I notice that. Ain't that something, brother? I notice that when I look at the back of nuts and seeds, or just I look at the back label of certain food that's natural, it doesn't give out a nutritional content. I'm like, why doesn't it mention zinc? Now, if I look on Google, it'll mention the nutritional content like zinc or copper. But you look at the content of like certain nuts that you buy, it's like, damn, why doesn't it mention zinc on the back? But that's fucking horrible. But nonetheless, Church's Chicken is approved. Red Lobster is approved. Skittles are How can you approve Skittles, all right, over certain herbs, man? How can you approve Tylenol over certain herbs? But old boy Rothschild, man. All right, them Rockefellers, I think when it comes to the Food and Drug Administration, it's the Rockefellers is over that. But they had doctors switch from prescribing botanical plants to his pills to put a monopoly on his sorcery, man, his pharmaceutical pills. All right. All right. This is diagrams of Basra 144b. The Mount of Olives was east of Jerusalem, overlooking the city, and Yahushua went there to praise the mounts, or the mountain of Olives. Man. All right, this is Luke 22 and 39 to follow along. And he came out and went as he was wont to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples also followed him. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into, of course, this temptation. All right, but you know how it cuts off and stuff. All right, there we go. Temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast and kneeled down and prayed. Speaking of prayer, prayer is part of it, brothers. Prayer is part of it. All right? It's part of that. So you got to take what works and put it into a routine. You got to look at, experiment with certain things that come from the earth, experiment with certain organic things and organic clean food, and monitor how it makes you feel. Then you add it into your pattern. You got to take what works and add it into your routine. Prayer works. Praying first thing in the morning. My goal, I would like to start doing a walk around sunset where I live. I know there's an Elam does that, but it's just very peaceful, man. All right, but right now, you know, I'm on a cardio tip because that's something that the Most High requires of me as an individual, and it's true. That's part of my walk. See, it's a lot of things that we struggle with, a lot of plagues in our minds, a lot of demons, spirits mess with us inside of our minds. A lot of us deal with slothful demons or idleness. But as it says in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter and the 13th verse, they have no temptation taking you, but such as is coming to man. Yahweh is faithful that he will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but with the temptation create a way to escape. And just how you have a hell that you have to deal with, there are tools that combats that hell. So for me, in my path and my journey and my walk in this truth, running in nature or jogging in nature, it helps combat that hell inside my head. It helps combat just feeling tired and uptight and, you know, just low vibrational. All right. I've recently started taking blueberries, put it in my blender, and I noticed that increased my mood. All right. It increased my mood. And I'm speaking from a experience perspective, and not what I Googled. It increased my mood, and I feel better. I think it's because of that B6. I could be wrong. Those different B vitamins that's in these berries, man. Because I know from the past, I've read and I've experienced from drinking those Boathouse Farm juices back some years ago. But when I drink the blue Boathouse Farm juices packed with berries and those B vitamins, I would feel better when I'm going to work, man. I feel better first thing in the morning. A lot of us have so many ailments and so many imbalances because we're really nutrient or mineral deficient. All right? I can't forget about the pork, brother. Brother says Esau wants us to defile our temple by putting pork in everything we eat. Yeah, there's so many things that covertly has pork in it. Ain't that so? But that's the part where we're under mercy, because if we're oblivious to it, it's not our fault. He puts pork in everything, and I have reason to believe he wants Jake on that demonic Frankenstein. That, you know how these rappers are, these drill rappers, they're on that demonic time, man. He wants Jake on that demonic vibrate. Either he wants you to be a fucking sodomite, or it's a damn demon, which they're both demons. He wants Eve to be dark and malicious and promiscuous, all right, uptight and mean, and you know. But really, you know, Eve, we talk about Eve, but really Eve is a princess. Eve is royalty when she's connected to her power. Like, we look at Jake like, man, we don't want to be around niggas. You know, you see Jake, look at that dark vibration on him. Really, Jake is a prince. He's plugged into his power. So we can't curse out the king of Babylon, but we're addicted to his dainties. All right, we can't raise our vibration. We can't ascend to a higher level. All right, you're gonna find out that, you know, prayer, reading, teaching, it is amplified when you're at a certain vibration. When you eat a certain way, you eat cleaner. All right, you're more healthier. You're active. You don't have that sugar in your temple. All right, you don't have all those chemicals in your temple, and you'll feel more clarity when you read and pray. All right, let me get this. The brother says, colloidal gold, golden root, ashwagandha, All these improve your concentration, brain activity, energy, performance. Them tinctures are very helpful, man. Those tinctures are very helpful. And the water for posting it, brother. All right. That colloidal gold, man, I gotta get that colloidal gold again because when I took it, I did a video on it like 2015. It did increase my concentration. I actually had some visions about chariots when I took that colloidal gold, and it actually enhanced my creativity. So I had more ideas for lessons, and also I had a lot of creative thoughts, like things that I could create at the house, like with blenders and just smoothie. But it just enhanced, for me personally, it definitely enhanced my creativity. All right, ashwagandha, that's something that boosts my energy. And one thing about those roots such as ginseng root, ashwagandha, eleuthero, all right, you don't feel energy when you take it, but the energy is there. You don't feel like you took it. Doesn't feel like caffeine, all right? You don't really notice the energy until you do something that's active and you realize that you have more energy doing it. So like when I was taking ashwagandha, I get off work, right? When the ashwagandha was built up in my system, I go and do pull-ups. But next thing I know, I'm effortlessly doing pull-ups. And I knew it was attributed to the ashwagandha because that's what I was taking at that time. All right? Hey, the brother just made a very profound assessment. And I'm going to have to look into it. It says anything color blue, I peep, usually helps with brain health. Anything color blue, he says, he usually helps with brain health. And those blueberries, and I gotta give credit to the elder brother Yashamai, because he recommended those blueberries, and I looked it up, and I started taking it, and the blueberries have a chemical in it, not a man-made chemical, but have a chemical in it called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins, and that's what gives it its blue color. But that blue color, all right, anthocyanins is anti-diabetic. I want to say anti-heart disease. It's anti-everything. Those organic. Make sure it's organic too, Akim. But those organic blueberries are life. All right. Those rich colors, man. And the blueberries is not the only one that have those anthocyanins. It's also like cabbage. When you see that purple cabbage, I'm sorry, I lied. When you see that cauliflower, when you see cauliflower and it's purple looking, that's from those same chemicals in the blueberry. That same chemical called anthocyanins. All right, it's in the blueberry, it's in the purple cauliflower, and it's other. It might be I can't remember at this point. But those fruit or those vegetables that a lot of them have a purple color or a blue color. Is a chemical that gives it that called anthocyanins, man. All right. And the brother says, yeah, purple too. Purple too. The water, bro. The water, bro. Like the purple cabbage, huh? All right. All right. The brother says I also switch over to alkaline water. That helps a lot too. Mountain Valley spring water is elite. Brother, I recently started taking Mountain Valley spring water. And based on what they said on that bottle, it's a mountain. I can't pronounce the name. It's like a Gadite name in Arkansas. But within that mountain, the water goes down a passageway. But within that passageway, it's a clear quartz crystal that it has to go through, and it absorbs the minerals of the clear quartz crystal, which I believe that's what makes it like an elixir. All right, because people actually put crystals in their water to make the water an elixir, but I think the Most High does it naturally through that mountain because their water goes down a passageway, which eventually goes through a clear quartz crystal route, and it absorbs that mineral. All right, another damn good water is basically like lava water, bro. That you'll find at Whole Foods. It's called, is it Starkly? But it's a little more expensive, but it's like 9.2 pH, but it's like a result of lava. So that water goes down an area that was basically volcanic, and it's like lava water basically. But it's the most expensive water to my knowledge at Whole Foods. Okay, let's go. Let's get this stuff, man. All right, diagrammers from Basra 144. All right, anthocyanins possesses anti-diabetic. All right, listen up, brother. This is the chemical that makes fruit and vegetables blue and purple. It's called anthocyanins. All right. It says anthocyanins possess anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, anti-obesity effects, as well as prevention of cardiovascular disease. Therefore, anthocyanins extracted from edible plants are potential pharmaceutical ingredients. This is from Google, the water for posting that. Brothers, we should be taking berries. There's an acronym called G-BOMBS. I heard a particular doctor mention it. His name slips my mind at the time, but I've also heard the Minister of Wellness speak on it. The acronym is called G-BOMBS, and it stands for greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Berries are powerful. All right? Brother said that's the best water. It says black water. I gotta look that up, bro. Black water. Then hopefully Lake Behavior says, I might mispronounce this, Waikia is good too. That's volcanic water. Straight alkaline, 7.6 to 8.2 pH. I'm about to look that up, brothers. But we're mostly water. They say we're 70% water, but I've heard brothers say we're 90% water. So I had this epiphany through the spirit, like, why not invest in a better quality water? Why not get the best water that you can afford? Because you're mostly water. But I'm able to go all day without eating at work because of mineral water, because of that Mountain Valley water, because of that, was it Starkley's water? And I could be mispronouncing that, but because of that Starkley's water, because of that Mountain Valley water that has that mineral content, I could go all day without eating. For the most part, because of that mineral water. Sometimes the hunger pain is from a mineral deficiency. So then when you eat, cravings and binge eating generally comes from deficiencies. It's not natural to really eat like that. That's why the scripture says what? Very little is sufficient for a man well nourished. That's why it's good to eat fruit and nuts throughout the day, because it's high in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So when it's time to eat your full course meal, you're not eating like a dog or a wolf. Like I said, those cravings, like for myself, right? If I wake up prematurely and I don't have time to go back to sleep because I gotta go back to work early, I gotta go to work early. A lot of times I have these sugar cravings because sugar is the fastest thing that metabolizes the energy in your body. So your brain, so to speak, will start giving you sugar cravings. All right. But if you take a nap or whatever, usually those cravings can go away. All right. Eternal water is another good one. The water. All right. So black water, eternal water. All right. So like I said, like a lot of times we crave chips and shit. Like I like chips, right? Like tortilla chips. Really, the chip desire really comes from like a sodium deficiency. Like I said, you at work humping all day. You might work a physically demanding job. All right. So a lot of times we crave that salty, chippy stuff like that. It's possible that it's a sodium deficiency. All right. Okay, so like low energy gives you sugar cravings. Sodium deficiency gives you that salty cravingness, man. All right. But if you take a nap, you'll balance back out and you probably will diminish those cravings. All right. But when you take mineral water, well, it has the minerals in it. Therefore, it'll diminish those cravings. All right. We're not supposed to eat like wolves, man. All right. He says eternal water is another good one from the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. I'm about to look that up. All right. I'm gonna read that thing. I'm gonna read this piece from Google about the anthocyanins again, because that can't be overlooked. Anthocyanins, hey, when I said that can't be overlooked, somebody tapped their horn 2 times. You know how you get out the car and tap your horn? It says anthocyanins possesses anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, anti-obesity effects, as well as prevention of cardiovascular disease. Therefore, anthocyanins extracted from edible plants are potential pharmaceutical ingredients. So let's go over that. Anti-diabetic. So if you're a diabetic, you're a pre-diabetic, or you're disposition for diabetes, like myself, my dad has it, my granddad had it, I have a disposition for it, all right? Then berries will be a good thing to add to your daily staple. Do what works and make it a pattern, make it a daily routine. Do what works and make it a daily routine. All right, it says anti-diabetic, anti-cancer. So one thing that'll help prevent cancer or even maybe help you reverse cancer, is partaking in berries a part of your diet. A lot of people have knocked out cancer through going on a high plant-based diet, 100% plant-based, leafy greens, carrots, and they reverse those tumors in their body. All right, let's go back to it. All right, it says anthocyanins possess anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial. All right, anti-obesity. Hey, that antimicrobial, those microbes. It's been a while since I looked this up, but that's where you get like diseases from, man. I mean, I don't know the details anymore. I have to go back into it, but you know, anti-obesity effects. But you want something that's antimicrobial, man. All right. This is heavy, man. Blueberries. I gotta get into that purple cauliflower, uh, that purple cabbage. You know, Most High is freaking far out, man. Let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. Now you imagine you having a medicine-like diet, right? You eating these things, these greens, these beans, these onions, these mushrooms, these berries, these seeds, the G-bomb, right? The G-bombs. But then you're also taking herbs. You're taking your herbs and you take them in the form of teas, your tinctures, all right? And you garnishing it on your food. Of course, you supplement, you know, you couple your diet with your fish or whatever your lawful meat of choice is, because that's your anchor, all right? 70% of the earth is alkaline or water, 30% is acidic or land. Same thing with your body. So you have to give your body some type of balance. But the bulk of it is from earth, because earth is life, man. The seeds, the nuts, the beans. We're supposed to sprout our beans. We're supposed to soak your nuts overnight to really activate the minerals inside the nuts, activate those enzymes. Hey, man. Hey, brothers. But I made a badass nut milk this morning. I took that sunflower seed. I'm willing I could do a recipe on it, you know? I could do a video on it. But I soaked some sunflower seeds overnight. What I had been doing, I make my nut milk out of sunflower seeds. Really, it's a seed milk, all right? And I add my things to it, you know? And sometimes I've used it for a post workout shake per se, but it's powerful. What I've noticed about seeds and nuts is that you get that muscle definition. You don't really get mass, right? You're not gonna really get a lot of mass, but you get that definition. You can see the definition in your arms when you make certain movements because of those seeds, because of those nuts, man. And I believe beans are very similar when it comes to like keeping your build and your physique, or that protein content. All right. Also, the bacteria in your stomach, it feeds on beans. When you ingest beans, it feeds on that bacteria for an extended period of time. The bacteria in your stomach loves it. All right. But it's power in these seeds. It's power in the earth, brothers. And hey, brother, I bought some walnuts last night. So that's on my to-do list. That's on my to-do list. So that walnut's pretty bad, bro. Hey, the walnut is shaped like a brain too. So let's just think. Hey, I think those blackberries are shaped like a brain. You know? Let's think. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, walnuts, brain health. All right? Brother said those trail mix nuts are powerful. Organic plant-based protein is good too. But I encourage all brothers, man. And even if a brother's in a fucking wheelchair, man, if he could take himself to a park and just, hey, you know, do your thing. Go around the park. Go in that lap. Take that lap. Go down a trail in your wheelchair. Get those arms moving because you're still working out. You're still breaking a sweat. Why the fuck not? Okay, oat milk is good for strengthening the bones. Noted. All right? But you have a brother's wheelchair bound? All right? Man, hey, don't be in your apartment or your house all day, just on the internet all day, man. All right? Get out there 30 minutes, an hour a day, and get them arms working, bro. Why not, man? Unless you got a condition where you can't just, you know, the Most High got you just, you know, but just in general, you know, I don't know brothers personally, but if you wheelchair bound, man, get out in the elements, man. grounding, walking barefoot. And the brothers was getting into that, man. We went, uh, the brothers was talking about that in the camp that I'm in, right? So I could find me a safe spot. It's relatively clean and start doing that, man. All right? You know? Just looking over the comments. But that's the spirit, bro. You mentioned walnut milk. When I finish this batch of sunflower seed milk, I'm gonna soak those walnuts overnight, bro, and make it happen. See what it do. All right? Because from my own experience, because I've gone plant-based, I've gone vegan, and my story behind those sunflower seeds is I always mention it. I was at work, but this time when I went to work, I left my wallet at home, so I couldn't run to the grocery store and get my little snacks or whatever, get my little goodies at lunch. So I was like, damn, how the most I gonna pull this one off? But I had forgot that weekend prior to going to work, I bought like a bag of whole sunflower seeds. And I ate the sunflower seeds and it filled me up like a regular lunch. And I was like, wow. So fast forward to recently, the most I put the spirit on me to make sunflower seed milk. Power of four. All right, then I gave some to the other Kazakia Allah, and he was like, whoa. He felt it immediately, cause we had just came back from a trip, so we was both kind of depleted. But he felt it immediately. And of course, I put my things in it, I put some blueberries in it, brother. Blueberry organic peanut butter, kind of, woo woo. But it brought brothers back to life. All right. We got hella years in the world on a low vibration. Why not invest in the good stuff? And sometimes my own little gig I got, we deliver food, pick up people, the little app stuff. Man, I use it to get the good stuff, man. That little hustle to get the good stuff. All right? When I go walking, I keep track of how many steps I take and try to reach 10,000 steps a day. And that's high. Because I think the average is 4,000. So to hit that 10,000, hey, that's high vibration. And your body loves it. And I bet you sleep better. I bet, when brothers go, when you activate your body, you have better bowel movements, better sleep, better spirit, better mindset, better attitude, everything, man. Then you're inhaling, exhaling in nature, all right? So, even if you're on a treadmill, that's still good, man, all right? Hey, shalom to you, brother Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai, Bahashem Rakakudash Brakatah, all right? Like I said, there's no point of being on a low vibration, that low acidic, dark, you're just inside your own filth, but you reading at the same time. Like, it doesn't really work like that, bro. Especially when it comes to tapping into them heavy prophecies, man, and just your overall health, because most of us are not gonna be rich before America get destroyed. I don't have a desire to be rich. I don't care about being a millionaire. The money gonna go digital anyway, but I want to feel rich. I've learned in this truth that the Most High can enrich your energy. He can enrich you. He can enrich your wealth within your spirit, man. He can put you on a high vibration till you feel wealthy. And when you're on that vibration, you go harder in everything you do, bro. So I do delivery, and even after I get off, I hit the gym. Gives your body good rest. Hey, it does, man. I honestly, I like running at the crack of dawn, but I think I probably prefer running when the sun goes down. Especially like on the work days, I believe I prefer running. This is like a de-stressor. I'm in solitude, when it comes to running in nature, you run to a park that stays open kind of late. I think I like the feeling of running at night. That's just my thing. And then I sleep better, all that other stuff. But I really enjoyed this live stream. We were building, exchanging information. Like I said, they confirmed that I'm definitely gonna do the walnut milk when I finish this milk that I already have. Definitely gonna keep buying blueberries. Something about those damn blueberries. But even blackberries and raspberries, and when you said the walnut shaped like a brain, that made me think, those blackberries shaped like a brain. Those raspberries shaped like a brain. So I'm gonna get into it, Let's keep building. But like I said, we have to live a high vibration life, man. All right, in this spirit, man. We're not low level. We're not gonna be on a low level. We're gonna have an enriched existence doing this work. All right, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakodash, the honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, and house of the elect. Abba Baal, Kom Yashala, Shalom. And the brother put up acai berry, which reminds me of an acai bowl. You know, the acai bowl, man. And a lot of times you can make your own puree with the acai. And you know, you go to certain smoothie shops, they got seeds and nuts and bananas and berries. It's all of the above, man. All right, this is a Sirach 38:1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him, for Yahweh have created him. Hey, but with that, hope you brothers and sisters will edify. Till the next time.